Hey, hello. So we're live. Right, today is my first live stream, or my first scheduled live stream. I've been looking forward to this. I've been away on holiday, so that's why there's not been much content. But I've been messing around with my game for a bit, just in the evenings. I'm just sort of trying to get a feel for it right now. I didn't bother making any textures. I just slapped in some horrible ones. I just wanted to play with some corners in the game and try and see what it's like to be trapped inside a building with zombies coming in at you. So I'll go through what I've got so far, and then I'm going to jump into working with the particles. So all I'm trying to do, I'm just trying to make the Call of Duty system where the rounds tick through, the zombies come at you. It's a really generic thing to be working on zombies, but it's something I wanted to work on. So animations, I'll go through those as well real quick in a minute. So at the minute, they walk slower because it's the first round, and there's 15 of them, as you can see in the top left. They play that really terrible death animation that we made on one of the previous live streams. He also now has an even more basic version of that animation. I also changed the spawners. So instead of using active ones that are close to you, it uses any of them now, and I found that creates a bit more of a feeling of the zombies coming at you from all directions. So previously I could kind of isolate a spawner and make them spawn just from that, but now they come from everywhere, and it's a bit chaotic. So round 2 now, you can see they walk a little bit faster. She's kind of storming at me. This guy is playing his waking up animation, but he doesn't have one yet, so he just stands there. Yeah. I also implemented damage. So before I used to hit these things once and they would just collapse. Now it takes a couple of hits, so they are correctly taking damage now. And actually, as am I. They hit for about 34 each, and I have 100 health, and there's no regen at the moment. So 3 hits off a zombie, and it will basically load the level again. So it's just while I'm prototyping and testing it. I just need a way to know that, okay, I've been overcome. So I'm gonna do round 3 and show you round 3. They're a little bit faster, but you're getting the idea. I'm gonna kind of stand indoors for round 3, and show off how this sort of feels in here. The torch on the character again. It's all just slapped together for a bit of prototyping. But so I got one coming from here. They're running at me now. I quite like this. Oh, and they're behind me. Okay, so I've taken a hit. I'm enjoying this. This is fun to play. That's another hit. So all they have to do is play their animation. They don't actually have to hit me for it to work either. So I've really got to kind of stay away from these guys at the minute. I also increased the way that this might feel like a lot for round 3. I think I need to do some tuning on how well they're... Whoa. I need to do some tuning on how many zombies spawn, because at the minute it feels like this is way too many for round 3. But there is still a... Sorry, I'm getting distracted by this. I don't want there to be as many zombies spawning. But yeah, there's still work that I can do there. I can adjust that. So that felt a bit more intense. It certainly did down there, and it really did up on the flat open area actually. So to me, a zombie game like this should be more tight corners. And if they're hard to kill in open areas, I don't know how well I'll fare just in this little space here. Okay, so they run quite a bit faster now. Yeah, this is a bit scarier. Okay, I can do this. I can do this. I have to go upstairs though. I can't stay in here. Nope. Okay. Yeah, we're bailing. We're bailing. Okay, that's enough of that. I enjoyed that. That's pretty cool. I've not actually sat and played this game before. I've not actually sat and played properly what I've made, but I'm enjoying that. So let's move on over to... Let's carry this on a bit. So I want to turn off the debug lines on my first-person character. I'm kind of tired of seeing that laser now. I want to put in a particle effect that will play so that my gun basically has a gun particle effect to it. So I'm really not the best with particle effects, but that's what this is for. This is experimentation. Let's figure out. Let's work it out. I am going to put some music on. I do enjoy developing to music. So Spotify, where you at? I have too much stuff on my desk. Okay. Bit of nausea. Can't go wrong. If it was playing out the correct device. And you guys can't hear that. That's good. Okay. So, where's my development playlist? There you are. Right, the first person character. What was I going to do in here? We're going to make a particle effect for this. So I wanted to take the spotlight away because I don't want that to get in the way. I don't want that to, because I want to try and make my spotlight, my particle effect emit color too. So if I'm indoors, I want this to be flashing and emitting its own color. Okay. Particle effect. So we'll add a, let's make the particle effect first, I think, before we try and add it to the player. That would help. And let's come out here to make a new folder, particle effects. Okay, and let's make a new particle effect. We're going to name this gunfire with inverted capitals for some reason, but there you go. Okay, so in this in here, what we have on the left hand side here are attributes of this emitter, and you can add multiple emitters. So for my gunfire, I'm gonna need a material before I can do this, I think. Well, let's just try and get it to burst first of all. So I want this to be a looping animation, or a short burst of particles rather. So burst, here we go. Burst methods instant. And how do you tell it to burst? Oh, you restart the sim? Okay. This is going to be more complicated than I thought. And what do we have in here? Count. Okay, let's do 50 or something. Oh, there we go. Okay, so that's how many of these particles it's going to spit out. Let's tone that down. The time at which they burst immediately. So whenever I hit the trigger, they should burst. Okay. So we need to add some kind of velocity over life, because as the fire spits out, it's going to slow down, right? So velocity over life. And we'll change this to a vector constant and change these to, what's the initial velocity? I don't want them to be, oh, it's the z-axis that they'll be spitting out on. Yeah, that kind of works. But the velocity over life, so if I change this, they're going to start falling which way? I've gone way too far. There we go. Okay. So they kind of spit out. So but I want them to travel fast at the start and then slow down over their life. What happens if I do... Okay, that's really not what I want. Maybe I want their initial velocity to be a lot higher, and then slow this, then make that a negative by a smaller amount, maybe. Yeah, they kind of burst out, and they're gonna need to fade over their life as well. That's a bit long, I think. Okay, so to make them fade, what can I do? I can do a color over life and change the alpha to be... This float will be returned for all values of time. I wonder what that means. Okay, so now to actually test this color thing, I'm going to need to give them a material. So let's put something random in here. I don't know, let's just put this white material on it. I just want to see whether they fade. Compile. I was using my my girlfriend's computer the other day, and she was I was looking at the RAM, and I was like, when I built this system for her, I didn't have enough money to buy enough RAM for her computer, so I put in a couple of gigs out of mine, and I was looking at my RAM like, why is my RAM usage so high? And I was like, oh yeah, because I sacrificed my RAM. So that's why we have to wait for shaders to compile now. Okay, let me... Okay, why can't I see this? I've lost where it is. Let's see if we can, there we go. Okay. I really don't know. I pressed F to focus on it, but does it work? No, it doesn't seem to work in here. In the main view, you can press F to focus on something. So if you're like flying about your level and you want to select something up in the, I forget what you call it. Where's it gone? Where did I put that thing? Here, the world outliner. So if you want to select something in the world outliner, like this point light, I can just hit F and it'll fly me to where it is. So that's really useful. But it doesn't work inside the particle editor. So whatever. Okay, color over life, alpha, and then, whoa, okay, this expands down a lot. What's in here? Maybe that's not what I want. They don't seem to fade. A curve with 2 points. I wonder what the inval and outval are. So if it starts as, oh, I think this is too much for me right now. So we won't have them fade, we'll just have them kind of flash on the screen. So what do we need to add to them now? A bit of variation so they kind of spread out a bit, I think. So if we change the initial velocity over here to -40 and +40, and the same over here, we should see them spread out a bit more, but they don't really seem to do that. Okay, let's put what I have in and just see how that looks, and then we can keep tweaking it from there. Let's move that over here. And in the first person character, let's add a component of type particle system. And we don't want this thing to burst, first of all. So don't auto-activate. So we won't have it activated, we'll just call burst on it. That should work. But I need to leave that on for now. So at least we know where that is. Okay. It's looking a bit big, but maybe we can just scale it down. And it also seems to play for way too long as well. But I can jump back in here and fix that. So we need to change the initial velocity to be way higher. Let's talk something like 3000. And the velocity over life to, whoa. Okay. That's not really what I was after. Maybe I need to make that stronger to, nope, maybe I need to make that weaker. But not that weak. That kind of bursts out but comes back on you way too fast. So -0.01 maybe. No, it's I want the smoke to stop in the air, not to. That is just, I don't know, because it's looping, it's kind of messing me up a bit. Let's turn off auto activate, and in the event graph on the fire, let's have it play that animation. Let's have it, not animation, let's have it burst. Can we do that? No. Can we activate? Yeah, reset it after you. I'm not sure how this will work. Let's take a look. No, it's just staying on now. I'm not doing anything. But I can make loads of them. Huh. Okay. The burst works, but it doesn't turn off. So what if we deactivate it at the end of the... Where am I working? If we deactivate it at the end, maybe? There we go. Okay. Let's jump back out here and try that again. Nope, it's still taking its little heart out. Okay. Maybe something seems a bit wrong here. Yeah, deactivate. Or stop, or reset. Nope. I'm trying to think what we can do with these particle components. Because I've not really tried the particles before, I've not really used them. Oops. So yeah, sorry. I still need to get around to that. My student loans just come in, so finally. I can, okay, so taking the damage, that's really thrown me off. My gunfire component. I'm trying to deactivate this particle effect. Deactivate. Okay. But that doesn't seem to work. Perhaps, oh, because the cast fails, that's why. Okay, so the cast fails, which is why, because I'm not hitting a zombie. So we can remove that, move those up here, and do a sequence, I suppose. So it does one then the other. No, I don't need a sequence, I'll just put them in here. There we go. Because I always wanted to deactivate. I was just trying to buy the particle effect a bit more time before it was deactivated, but I don't know whether the bursted particles will already stay in the air. No, you see, that plays them and deactivates them too fast. So I will need to go into a sequence, and I will need to make a delay, or not a delay, we'll start a timer for a second, and then that can turn off the particle. So we'll start a timer, set timer by event, and we will name you, so put deactivate particle component on here. Oh no, custom event rather, sorry. Custom event named deactivate particle. Okay. Awesome. So where are we at? There we are. Deactivate particle, and then we'll plug the event into here, and we'll leave that to run for a second or so. Lifetime. Lifetime. Yeah, the lifetime of the particle. Hey, Crazy Logic, welcome. Okay. Wait, I'm trying to think about what sorry, I've not been checking the messages, so I'm trying to think about at which point you you mentioned with the lifetime. Was that on the particle itself? Is there a node I can add to that? Or is that in here while I'm trying to deactivate it? And sorcery today is particle effects. That's what I'm trying to play with. It's not going too well at the minute. I have this that doesn't stop playing. Oh, it does, but just a bit too slow, so we can turn this down. Okay, I don't like the fact that it stays in the air, so in the particle it needs to... Well, it would stay in the air really, wouldn't it? But you don't really want to see that in a video game. You know, in video games we kind of move a bit too fast for the flash to stay with the... I don't know. Let's change the bounds on this to set fixed bounds, and so I think that might change it. Nope, that did absolutely nothing. I need its position. I need it to be... I don't understand why the particles aren't attached to the character, why they become part of the world. So I need to figure that out. Why wouldn't the particle be part of the world? Or part of the character, rather. That doesn't help me. So what are the goals? So we're trying to make a... I'm trying to make a flash for my weapon. I'm tired of seeing the raycasting... is it raycasting? The single line trace debug. I'm trying to get rid of that. And local space. Okay, local space. Thank you. Whereabouts am I going to find local space? Can you help me with that one? But yeah, I'm trying to make a gun flash because I'm tired of seeing the beam from the line trace. That's the one. Use local space. Bound. Is it a bounds thing? Local space? Location. Not the... Oh, yeah, a muzzle flash. Oh, it's in required. Okay. So use local space. Where? Oh, it's a little tick box. What the fuck? I hope that... Yo, that's it. Okay, that's a bit... We can fix that, right? We can fix that. I also need it to tilt when the camera tilts, so I think I've attached it to totally the wrong place in here. It should be on the camera. So I can now spray my muzzle flash. There we go. Okay, in the required. Thank you very much. So the local space, that's what we needed. Where is that particle effect at? I thought it was a little bit off. I could even put it down here because it would move with the sphere. Yeah, that's good. Okay. Let's try that again. Okay, that's cool. So we need to make... I'm going to need to make a material. Something else that I'm really not good at. Anything that involves graphics or anything like that, I'm just... Yeah, I'm not there with it. So let me bring this editor back up here, and we need something else for this. I did make when I was doing the, you want to use instant burst in the spawn module. Where are we looking? This burst method down here, this instant. Oh, sorry, let me mute my phone. That's hey. Okay. Activate kill on deactivated and complete activate kill on deactivated. Huh. Kill on deactivate, where are we looking for that? Okay, so when I deactivate the and on completed, okay. I see, I understand what that's doing. Okay, thank you. So use the local space, kill on deactivated. So I need to get them to kind of fade over the life now, and I was trying to use the scale of, no, wrong node. Excuse me. I was trying to change the alpha over life, but perhaps I can instead just make you invisible. I should be able to use that in the alpha instead of a constant curve. 0 out spawn number, and you don't want it to loop. No, I don't want it to loop. I think it's only looping because I'm in the editor though. Unless I have that ticked somewhere that I can't see. Set the spawn number to be 0. The spawn count, is that what you're talking about? Anyway, I was trying to fix the alpha over life over here. So we needed 2 array elements, and on this one, oh, that's a float constant. Oh, okay. Why is that one a vector constant curve and this one a float constant curve? Because that's a color, right? Maybe. I don't know. I have really got no idea what I'm doing in here. Okay. Again, I keep getting stuck on this idea of trying to use this curve to get the alpha right, but I'm just gonna have to ditch that for now because that's okay. We did want them to emit light. We did want them to emit light so that when we were in a dark place, we could have them emit light. So it would help if we gave this some values, I assume. So brightness over life. I want it to get brighter. So in the required, I believe I'm to be looking for emitter length and emitter loop. Loop will be 1. Length for a muzzle flash should be no more than 2 seconds. Okay. So in required, you said, right? Yeah. Look for emitter length. The burst count should be 1 and the spawn rate will be 0. Okay. Run before looping. 0 loops. I don't want you to loop. I think I'm way too far in down here. Okay. Loop will be 1. Length for a muzzle flash should be no more than 2 seconds. Okay, so I'm guessing the duration should be no more than 2. So mine's fine at 1. And the burst count. Is that back in spawn maybe? Particle burst method. Count should be 1. Okay. That's jumping all over the place. That's oh wow, okay, that would explain that. Kind of. Yeah, I feel like this interface is a bit cluttered. I'm a bit lost in here. I didn't know it had been like this since 2008. Wow, 10 years. Okay, lights is very power consuming. Alright, that's something to keep in mind, but I really want it to... Oh, actually, I don't need to use light. I could use an emissive texture. That would be cheaper than light. Okay, so I feel like we need to really make a texture for this thing now. Material, rather. So I'm going to name this gun mat and just throw it in here for now. So I need some kind of gun flash. So... we're gonna make a new thing, 256 by 256. Okay, so real quick, not so much not so much Unreal, but rather. So in one of my other videos, I did this really awkward paint thing, where not paint. What am I on about? This really weird thing in Photoshop where you can mask out a shape and then have it work to that shape. So my gun flash. Okay, before I start painting, I really need to think about how a gun flash looks. So I'm gonna draw out a rough shape. First of all, shrink all this down, and it's still for some reason being potato, but a gun flash was kind of like, I don't know. Yeah, let's do that. That's so poor. That is terrible. But I'm gonna roll with it. I'm gonna roll with it. Okay, I'm a programmer, I'm not an artist. Okay, I need a different brush because that is just not doing it for me. No texture, that's why it won't fade. You need to get the particle node in the material editor and connect it to a color and property. Okay, so yeah, I have a just some kind of default texture that was in the engine somewhere, and I kind of threw that in. But let's see where this goes first of all. So let me throw that on my desktop real quick as test 2. I'm testing a lot recently. 2's not a lot. Okay. Anyway, let me find my desktop and bring over that test 2. I need to drop that into over here instead. Okay, so it looks alright from a distance. It's more like a dragon's breath, I suppose. And then let's make you a translucent material. And right now, how did I do this? I want to plug you into the opacity. Maybe. No. It was supposed to be something. I forget what it was now. It was down here somewhere. Masks, maybe. Maybe that works differently. Nope. I really have no idea what I'm doing in here either. Okay. I'll switch it back because it seems a bit happier like that. Keep it default. Okay, I've put this guy back to default. Levels and maps, I feel like you know what I'm trying to do with this. No? Okay. What does that do? Ah, okay. So it's, you see the white areas become the opaque parts. I was trying to flip that. Okay, so you're supposed to paint in black where you want to see. Right. I've done that totally wrong. Okay, I see where I've gone wrong. I'm just gonna wipe this. And it was white anyway. I should literally just paint a fireball. That's it. I was trying to do the wrong thing. So let's paint some really cheap, tacky kind of fireball looking thing. We'll do more oranges up on the other end. Like, okay, I'm making a mockery of games development here. This is not how your particles should look. Please put in more time than I do when you're creating your particles. Where's test 2? There we go. Okay, we'll replace that and click OK over there, and then we will re-import that here. Awesome. That looks terrible. Yep, that really does look terrible. Because you're now a translucent thing. Multiply the texture and the particle node color and connect the result to base color. Wait a minute, don't I need to make this kind of... Oh wait, am I plugging in the wrong thing? No, I have... Okay. Oh wait, because then it still needs a color, that's just opacity. I mean... I don't really know what's gone wrong. Oh wow, I can see what's gone wrong. Let's apply that to here. And then, okay, multiply the texture and the particle node color, and then connect the result to the base color. Yeah, I'll throw it in there. I'm going to throw the material in here to use this as a test. What did we name that? We named it gun mat with the weird caps thing that I keep doing. Come on, shaders. So I'm only going to be streaming for an hour tonight. I'm going to head off at 9. I've got plans with some of my housemates. But I'm hoping that we can get a particle together. I'm hoping we can have a particle together. Right. It looks like we've taken a step back, but let me try and... Oh, wait. Huh? Oh, jeez. Okay. Wow. Guys, these are some really incredible particles we're making over here. If I do unlit, it's over there. Yeah, okay. Let's jump in here and figure out what's gone wrong. Do we have are we affecting its color or anything? We shouldn't be, so I can't understand why it comes through as that. Let's apply the texture maybe. And I forgot the emissive link. Whoa. Base color into emissive, or am I... You could have controlled the color and opacity in the particle editor if you kept it white. What? How does that tie in? If I'd have kept... Oh, you mean like from the black Photoshop? Oh wait, hold on. Sorry. This is... We're getting somewhere a bit more. That is... I am rotating on all the wrong axes right here. It's not the emitter rotation. I want the particle to be... How do you rotate a material? That's a question I now have. And if I delete that, it's going to be crazy, right? Yeah. Huh. Okay, crazy logic can come later. Let's not do that right now. Obviously these are dumb now. In the material editor. Okay, let's go back to the material editor. It's getting there. It's getting better. Like I can kind of see where I was trying to go. I think I also, I mean, these squared ends don't really help my case. Nor does that brush size. It's just kind of jaggedy the edges up a bit. Maybe a bit too much there. I don't know. I'm just trying to get a bit more of a... am I messing it up now? Probably. Yeah, I'm messing this up. I'm going to stop before I mess it up even more. Okay, test 2, save. We'll stop in Photoshop now because I'm just making a mess in there. Let's jump back and re-import this. Okay, multiply the texture of muzzle flash with particle color and to change the rotation. Oh yeah, okay, so the rotation I'm going to change in a minute because this is a bit too crazy. I don't really want it to have... It doesn't really... It needs to... I'm trying to think how this... Oh wait, okay, maybe I don't need to rotate the I don't need to rotate the material because I can change the direction of the particle. Right? Like that now moves along the x-axis instead, if I can coordinate myself here somehow. That seems to be moving. Huh. But that would... Okay. I feel like I've gone down a rabbit hole trying to do particle effects on a live stream. I feel like I should have stuck to something I knew, but this is really interesting. I'm enjoying this though. It's just so complicated. I didn't realize that this is the... Okay, required field. Okay, required field. Sorry, I'm trying to keep up to what's going on here. Okay, so in the required field, try PSA alignment. So instead of PSA square, screen alignment. What would you change it to? I don't really understand what these do. So what does rectangle do? Or away from center? Facing camera. I feel like all of these need to be experimented with, but there's a lot of them. Facing camera. Okay. Changing particle color rotation. Right. I'm trying to build a muzzle flash. So I suppose what I really need to do is break down the problem a bit more, and stop trying to jump all over the place. So I think what I want to do now is get the particle to fade over the time. So I want it to become nothing, if that makes sense. I need the alpha to be set to 0 at the end of its life. So let's solve that problem first. That's going to be in color under scale color over life, and it's definitely going to be down here, but I don't really understand what I'm doing. Oh no, this is that horrible thing again. We didn't check out the uniformed curves, but I don't know if these are going to make any more sense. No, these are all the same thing. Okay. How the heck do you get them to fade over their life? Or... okay, crazy logic. I was definitely kind of trying to pause there so I could see your comments. I'll be like, I'm trusted in you. I feel like you've got this. Go back to the material editor. Right. You can make it fade in the material editor? I'm skeptical. So look up particle color. Let's have a look. Particle color. Okay. So this thingy has, whoa. I don't really understand what this node does. Let's have a read. Ties into the current color of a given particle based on any per particle color defined within cascade. What? Does this documentation speak English? Because I don't understand any of that. The particle color expression ties into the current color of a given particle based on any per particle color data defined within cascade. The fuck is cascade? This must be plugged into the appropriate channel emissive color. So I plug this guy into emissive color. That's all I got from that. Whoa. That did a thing. What if I make it red? Use it to multiply before output. Okay, so I can multiply these guys together and then plug that into the base color. So now it's going to be more red. The fuck? Oh. Maybe it's the emissive color that's messing me up there. Cascade is in the particle editor. Right. Okay. Did that make it more red or is it just me? Come on. And number 2? No. Maybe this isn't red, green, and blue like I'm thinking it is. I'm not really sure what I can do with this node other than add a description to it. That's quite strange. I'm gonna plug this one in. It seems like the correct one. Oh, it is the red node. It is the redness of it. Do the same for opacity. Huh. So if I multiply this opacity by this one, use the bottom one alpha for opacity, yeah. But that doesn't seem to change anything. And I don't know how you can set the particle color here to be, oh wait. Oh, that's the color of the, oh, no. I clicked, I got this. Okay, it's particle color, right? So when I change, now I can fuck around with the, okay, I get you. Let's go back into the particle editor. That would make sense. And now in here, now I can fuck around with this. I don't know if I can use a constant, but let's just let this compile. And now my plan has all fallen in on me. Now you go to cascade in the particle editor. Okay, so let's get rid of that guy. That obviously wasn't what we wanted. Cascade is what we want. Huh. So where is cascade? Oh, thank you. I'm glad you like the AI videos. They're pretty fun. I think I'd like to focus. I'm trying to just sort of build the game mode in my game at the minute. But I certainly want to dig much deeper into the AI. I think I picked a pretty dumb game to build when it comes to AI. The zombies kind of just run at you. But perhaps I could have them, if you're looking at them, try and jump to the side or something. I don't know. That'd be kind of cool. And that was my eureka moment. Yeah, it was. Cascade, where are you? In particle system? No. Emitter? No. Wait, cascade, maybe it's a thing inside a thing that we already have. Maybe it's a thing inside a thing. Okay. Oh, cascade, hello. What is this? And I can set you to be... Wait. No. What am I changing? Cascade is the particle editor. What? This whole thing is Cascade. Oh. Is that what it's called? I didn't know the name of the thing I was working in, man. It's called particle emitter to me. The particle changer thing to me. And I'm here trying to find Cascade as like a little node. Okay, so we have an initial color. That's cool. And now we can go into color and scale of, or color over life, right? And I can, it fades. It's fading. I didn't have to do anything. It just faded. Oh, that's great. That's great. Okay, let's see what this looks like now. Absolutely better than it was before. And I was gonna go into my first person character. Oh, it's so nice to see a blueprint. This is where I'm so much more at home here. I felt so out of my comfort zone in there, but okay, let's go in the viewport. Let's rotate this around, but let's auto activate just to boop. There we go. Let's start that out here a bit more, I feel like. There we go. Yes. Oh wait, what the fucker? Right. The rotation is going to need to be changed in here. One for sideways flash and puffs for in the real world. Okay, you're right, but if you think that I've spent 40 minutes trying to get this far and I'm going to be able to make a puff to be left in the world at the end as well, there's no chance. I am not going to be able to get that done. But yes, you're right with that. I like how we can have one aligned to the camera and one in the world. I need to change the camera type to PSA velocity. Right. PSA velocity. Oh, shit. Okay. Oh, wow. Okay, I'm hearing two different things here. You guys both think different things. Why is it that... I feel like this is a tough point because I feel like I need to pick one side to follow because otherwise I'll be doing both. Right, it moves away from the camera-ish. Oh yeah, I forgot to turn auto activate off, but I can see some kind of gun flash there. Now let's make that bigger and let's rotate it like you said. Rotating it like this, does that actually... It does, but it fucks with the direction of it. You can use either lock axis or it's I think it's because I've been playing around in here, so I'm gonna turn that off now and set those values to over here, and I'm hoping that I've got that right on the right axis. Maybe not. Nope. Yeah, I'm using the local space. That's why it's following my character around, but I'm just Okay, so it's not the Z, it's not the Y. It's got to be the X. My amazing powers of deduction. Right, I don't really know what that's doing, but let's try it out. Right. Initial rotation. Because I need to remember this isn't a 3D object, this is something that's kind of facing the camera, right? My answer to this would be to just go make a nice little 3D mesh of a flame and just spawn it and then despawn it. Man. Okay. Turn off velocity. Right. You clearly have a way different approach to this, but yeah, let's go with it. Turn off the velocity. So let's get rid of initial velocity. No, you need that. Right. Oh, what have I done? Control Z, come on, come back. Let's just turn it off instead of trying to keep it clean. Initial rotation in the particle editor. And my start rotation, right. Okay, so I can set a value in here from 0 to 360, I assume. Okay. But now I can't see my particle. I'm going to go back and just add a bit of something there, just so I can see it for now. And that rotation is way off, so let me clip you to that side of the screen. And just see what happens when I rotate this. Whoa. Just a minute, please. I'll be out in 10. Okay, so what have we got here? Let me try. If I rotate that and it snaps back, did it snap back? I don't really understand what's going on. Oh, it's facing the camera. I don't want it to do that. You need initial location, but leave it at 0. Oh, of course, I don't have an initial location. I just have velocity. So, location. Let me set that to an initial location. And 0, 0, 0 is cool. Okay. So I have an initial location. I have some rotation added to it. I'm going to bring that velocity back just so I can carry on trying to tweak this. Its initial size as well, I wanted to make that bigger. Let's stretch this out a bit. Maybe not that much. Yeah, that's looking a bit better. That's a bit crazy. That's a flamethrower. And on the y-axis, I mean, nope, no. That's not what I was after. Put it back to PSA square in the required field. Okay. I'm jumping back to doing that. Right. This must be really bugging you guys who can do this. You must be looking at it thinking, fuck man, you just sort of want to sit here and do it. If you want to come around and help me make particles, that's cool. Please help me. My initial location rotation, that was fine. The size, I was trying to tweak the size just now. I'm just going to make these constant for now. So 100 on the X, no. 75, 70, or 10. I don't really know what that's changing, but so you have to play around the camera facing type, forget which it is, but locking the axis is to go. Okay, is the go. What if I do that? It seems like the x-axis just scales the whole thing. And that is because it always faces my camera. I don't want you to do that. I want you to just stay on. Okay, I don't think I want it facing camera. I don't think square does it. I kind of want it to just stay where the fuck it is. Just spawn and... Oh no, I do want... Okay, I want it facing the camera, but I want it to be... I've made the total, I suppose. Oh, the rotation. Okay, let me tweak that. Ah, there we go. Okay. So we can tweak it in there. So let's make that 0.75, 0.7, 0.72, 0.725. Well, I don't even know what I'm typing anymore. Whatever, that'll do. And I'll tilt that. No, I have to do my rotation somewhere else. My rotation can't be a constant like that. It needs to be... Oh, shit. I need a way to change the different axes of rotation. We merged our thoughts. It must be something. PSA velocity. Yeah, okay. You're right on that one. You both lined up. That's definitely the way to go. Let's put it back. Ah, okay. Panic. Nothing is available. Nothing is online. PSA velocity and use locked axes. I'm going to reset this for now. And I'm going to lock the axes on this. Maybe it's not that one. Yeah. What do you do? I can't control alt you. Damn. And now check the velocity of the particle. Okay, now we're looking at the velocity of the particle. Excuse me. You can't see it because of the locked axes. Okay. Okay, maybe so it's just because I'm in the editor. I'll go wireframe mode. Right. Where we go? View modes, wireframe. And where is this fucking particle at? Okay, I lost it. I lost the particle. I'm flying through space, but not seeing a thing. Is it the same in game? Yeah. How complicated? Maybe X and Y is just wrong. I'm gonna have a quick Google of this. So PSA velocity. PSA velocity. Yeah, that's not really being of any assistance. Okay, I'm gonna switch that view mode back just for now because I can't see a thing. Let me just try and find my particle at least. View modes, wireframe. Where are you? There you are. Okay. Right, so I'm going to abandon your guys' idea, even though it was the only thing that you agreed on. I'm going to abandon the idea of using velocity for now. Look at the tooltip for screen alignment. It's described there. Oh, this guy. Oh, duh. Okay. Orientate the particle towards both the camera and the direction the particle is moving. Right. Non-uniform scaling. Okay, so that's where your velocity comes in. So let me put it back to velocity and change the initial velocity on the x-axis maybe, and then lock the axes on this to x and y. No? If you nail the direction, it's gold. I believe you. I feel like the end result you're pushing me towards will be something that's going to be really, really cool, but I'm just not seeing the path there yet. Don't know what that does. Should be true 99% of the time. I'm trying to think what the developer was thinking when he wrote that tooltip. So the other thing to use would be locked axes. Right, I feel like these locked axes is this bit right here. Show me the tooltip, right? No, there isn't one. I was reading it over here. There we go. PSA velocity. Orientate the particle towards both the camera and the direction the particle is moving. Its initial velocity is saying it's moving everywhere. Oh, excuse me. It's been a long day. I'm locked to the x and y, so if I put values on the x and y, then that should give me a thing. I'll start velocity and radial. Whoa. This is something I've not explored. I'm not sure. There's a lock axis module. Right. Locking the axes. What would that be under? Oh, orientation, lock axes. Okay, so x-axis. Lock the sprite facing towards the positive x-axis. Put a distribution vector uniform in the initial velocity. A distribution vector uniform. Right, okay. Oh yeah, I was looking. Okay, let me go back to the x-axis. Give these all values. And lock it to x and y. Nope, not going in there because no idea what that is doing. Okay. I'm still not seeing anything. We've locked the axes on the x-axis. Negative x, rotate x, y, z. No, I don't feel like any of these are going to do anything. Okay. My initial velocity, y and z. Okay. That's stressful. I really just want to make sure that it's still here. I'm still looking at it. Oh, okay. So over here I've just noticed that it's still invisible. So is that because I've left it to the x-axis? It is. So locking the axes won't work unless you're on the PSA velocity thing, so I would have to unlock that. That way. Okay. Ah, okay, so there's been a few more comments. So put distribution vector uniform, right, okay, and then add the screen alignment back to square. So let's follow this guy. Let's follow this. Let's go back to square. Crazy logic. That's like a name you can trust. Crazy logic. And then play around with the lock axes. Okay. Oh, okay. Negative x gives me something over here. So what does negative y? Ah. Okay. Right, okay, I'm seeing this thing now, which is always facing the camera. So, I suppose I want it to, what do I need to think, I need to sort of break this problem down a bit more. Original, hey, welcome. Right, that's not really where I want to be with this. I also need to find that wireframe again because I have lost the particle. Oh, there we go. Okay. View modes and lit. So, I'm trying to use this view as well because this is quite helpful in trying to figure out what is actually going on. So it's facing the camera but only the axis, so I can go like up and down, but it's only on the axis of x. And what happens if I rotate this? Oh, it works normally. Okay. It's looking a bit more like a paintball splatter than anything, but I feel like it's getting there. That could be right. Oh yeah, okay. So we have wait, the whole point of this was so that I could turn off that stupid tracing line thing. This guy. So, does this help us feel like our game is... No. Okay. It kind of tells me I'm firing my gun. I mean, if I had a sound, you could guess that something was happening with this. It doesn't feel very impactful. I'm gonna add emissive color real quick to it, but take that. Look how scary I am. Okay. The emissive color. Whoa, it should already be emitting a color, but it's not. So, is there a thing in particles where I can allow the emissive color to come through? That's not how it works. It should just emit color anyway, right? I'm gonna add a light thing just for now, just as a quick experiment here towards the end. And obviously if I gave it some values, that would help it work. Let's make it a bajillion and see what that does. Hooray! There's like a flash of light off my gun. Let's make it more than a bajillion. Where is it? What was that number? 10,000. That's not a lot. Let's go up to 100,000. There we go. So if I'm in a dark room now, when I shoot my gun, it's a bit more. That's kind of cool. But yeah, like you said, lighter is expensive, so maybe I need to not use it and use emissive. But I'll get to that another day. Let's real quick just change the color. Oh, that's color over life. In light, can I have a color node, or can I affect the color in here? That's the brightness of life, that's the color of life. Okay, yeah, so if I change RGBs, if I change U to 0 and U to 0, why use X, Y, and Z? Change that to RGB. There we go, so I have a red light now. So on that it was literally RGB X, Y, Z, but yeah, so for some reason I've forgotten how you make orange. Let's just brighten this up a bit. You have time deactivate and activate when you shoot. You have to time deactivate and activate when you shoot. Emissive might not add light, just enhance the self lighting. Okay. So it does need the lighting particle if I want this to cast shadows on the world around me and make fancy lights. But we can deal with that. So it's better. Considering how we started off, we've certainly come on a journey through this stream. It's certainly better than it was. We have this thing that throws a bit of light in these dark areas, and we have the zombies walking in. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. I think we're getting somewhere. So I think I'll probably continue playing around with this particle editor when I get a bit more time to myself now. Hopefully over the weekend I'll have some time to sit down. I really should be revising. It's my exams coming up soon, but this is just too. It's too much fun. It's too much fun. I should be revising. Anyway, yeah, I'm gonna leave the live stream there for tonight, guys. It's been pretty fun. I'm enjoying trying to use the particle effect editor, or Cascade, as I have been informed it is now named. So the Cascade editor. And since it's not been updated since 2008, yes, I think it needs an update. I would like RGB instead of XYZ. That would much more help me. That would help me much better than it currently does. So thank you for tuning in, guys. It's been a blast. Don't forget to join the Discord channel, have a chat with us. Thanks for coming along, and thanks for playing with us. And I'll see you on the next live stream. Take care, guys.